Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press podcast and YouTube show. My name is JC. I will be your host tonight. And guess what? We are going to be breaking down the preview of our second major championship of the year, the PGA Championship. Defending champion Phill Mickelson. We're going to be talking all things Tiger Woods is in the field. We got news on Bryson. We've got news on Rickie Fowler making some waves. And then sure enough, Jack Nicklaus came out and kind of told us about some cancel culture in regards to where the venue should actually have been played. But we're also going to dive into our picks, where we're going to go in and give you a long shot, a top 10, and also the winner chicken dinner. We're also going to explain to you how to actually watch this event because, as always, as everything in the golfing world, it makes it just rather difficult. They don't just pick one network, they just pick like 6, which absolutely drives me crazy. But with that being said,
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Now, PGA Championship, I mean, this is a huge, monumental week in the game of golf. It's one of those things that here at the Aloha Press, we recognize that last year was absolutely remarkable. I mean, Phill Mickelson showing up and just kicking the living shit out of some of the top talent in the world. I mean, he was taking down guys like Brooks Koepka, who was just absolutely flustered. But this year's different. I mean, the memories that we had last year were just absolutely incredible. I mean, just the fans alone on hole 18 was just remarkable. The way that they let the ropes go, let the COVID run free, and let them surround Phill Mickelson like he was the second greatest golfer to ever live. Because he was. And in my eyes, he still is. Is it disturbing? Is it disappointing that Phill Mickelson withdrew from this week's major championship? I mean, this is the second major championship where he has just said, I ain't going to play. Well, actually, he hasn't said anything. We got the news via Twitter. PGA America came out and said, hey, best of wishes, for Phil and Amy. He's not going to be here this year, which is just absolutely fucking crazy. Like, has no one thought just maybe, that we need to do a welfare check on Phill Mickelson? Because good God, is he hung up by his heels? What is he doing? What hole is he buried in? Like, we need to find him and get him to come out and say something. I'm worried for his well-being. I know some of the comments that he made in regards to the Saudis, the PGA Tour, pissed a lot of people off. But he's still your defending champion. He's still a guy who can fucking bring a crowd, who literally might be the most selfish human being in the world. But in all honesty, that's what made him who he is. I'm a fan of Phill Mickelson. I'm disappointed that he's not showing up this week. I thought, as a 51-year-old man, the ability to defend a major championship was absolutely going to be iconic. But in retrospect, we have Tiger Woods showing up for the second event of the year. It also might be the second major championship where he is the defending champ. I mean, for all cases, Tiger Woods, he's the one who's won here at Southern Hills at a PGA Championship. He's the guy to beat this week, in my eyes. The guy's got so much knowledge and has no need to rack up FedEx Cup points. He's got no Wyndham Rewards points looking out on the horizon. He doesn't give a shit. All he cares about is taking down Jack Nicklaus and that stupid major championship count. Because he looks pretty good. On Sunday he showed up, played 9 holes, was joined up with Gary Woodland. And Gary Woodland, U.S. Open champion out at Pebble Beach in 2019, commented and referred to Tiger Woods looks really fucking good. I'm not sure if he used those exact words, but Tiger Woods was hitting a 347-yard drive. I'm assuming it was downwind. But he had the 2-iron out. He was hitting stingers down the middle. It is absolutely going to be a week that you need to keep an eye on Tiger Woods. The weather is going to be warm, which is absolutely the best case scenario for Tiger Woods. The second best case scenario for Tiger Woods is it's going to be windy, which means if you're playing in the wind, you've got to hit tee shots in the middle of the fairway, but also you got to have absolutely perfect iron shots to be playing a major championship where he's had success before. Tiger Woods is still rocking the FootJoys. Nike still hasn't figured out to find him a shoe that is worth the knee, the leg, the Achilles, the back, whatever. But he's rocking it. He's still going after. And it is absolutely impressive and motivational to see Tiger Woods this week. It's absolutely incredible. And the guy coming back from the dead, Bryson DeChambeau, is going to be in the field this week. I mean, pending any setback when it comes to his wrist injury. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we saw him in a cast. And now we're seeing him hit driver. Now, he's come out and said he's got, 200 plus miles per hour and his swing speed and ball speed and all these crazy numbers, which is absolutely amazing. It's amazing to have him back in the field, to be quite honestly. I missed his shenanigans. I missed his attitude. I missed just his pure energy when it comes to the game of golf, because ultimately I think he's the best for the game of golf. Because he's one of those meathead idiots who just absolutely just talks out of his ass, does crazy shit, and always just attracts attention to him and gives us things to talk about, which I'm excited about. I hope he plays okay. I don't have him winning this week. I think his wrist injury is more significant than what it's been cracked up to be. I mean, his last appearance, at least from what I saw, was at the Masters, and it didn't look good. It did not look pretty. And I don't know how well he's going to come back from this. He might need to lay off the protein shakes and work on his iron play, because good God, it is going to be a tough week. But this week, sponsor exempt Rickie Fowler is at a major championship. I mean, the guy hasn't had a top 5 in 4 years. He hasn't had a season where he's won in 3 or 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I can't even remember. The guy is ranked 148th in the world, but he's making headlines. Last year, he chalked up a top 10, a T8 out of the PGA Championship, and gave him an opportunity to play this week. And when you think of the game of golf, and you think of what Rickie Fowler has done for the game of golf, you would think he would be on the side of the PGA Tour. But not so fast. Rickie Fowler is claiming that he has plenty of momentum coming into this week. I'm excited to see how well he performs. I think he's a great thing for the game of golf. I think he's a great thing for this major championship because he played well last year. And I'll give it to him. Why the hell not? But you got to put your money where your mouth is, Rickie Fowler. This is your last opportunity to break out of the freaking top 100 of the world. I mean, don't let me forget, he was at one point in time ranked T4, or not T4, that doesn't make any sense. He was ranked 4th in the world back in 2014. Now, he's a long ways away from that. But he did not step far away from making a few comments in regards to LIV Golf. LIV Golf, again, the Saudi Arabia backstabbing, beheading, massacring classic, has been denied any players' waivers to play in their first event coming here in June. But Rickie Fowler, okay, and I quote, has explained. Let's see here. What has he explained? He explained, to be straightforward with you guys, I haven't necessarily made a decision one way or the other. Fowler said, I've mentioned in the past, do I currently think the PGA Tour is the best place to play? I do. Do I think it can be better? Yes. So I think it's an interesting position. Obviously, there's the LIV Golf and Premier as well. These tours and leagues or whatever, they would really be coming up if they didn't see that there was more opportunity out there. I think competition ultimately makes people better, whether it's business, sports. So it's interesting, that's for sure. Rickie Fowler has not vowed his loyalty to the PGA Tour, Mr. Potavito is absolutely going to be on the hot seat. It's one of those things that, a man of his stature, I mean, no matter what his world ranking is, his world ranking in advertisements on Sunday is number one. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, this guy's a PR fucking magnet. I mean, this guy has no problem cashing in cash. And I think for one very simple moment, I think Rickie Fowler might be the face of LIV Golf. This is his opportunity. Be the face of a tour that really, we don't know who's actually competing in. Because hell, Rickie Fowler might be off the PGA Tour. I mean, if his world ranking doesn't fucking get any better, if his golfing game isn't getting any better, he's a young dude. He's not some old guy like Sergio or Lee Westwood or Ian Poulter. The freaking black sheep of the PGA Tour. This is Rickie Fowler. I mean, he brings a crowd. Does he bring a crowd like Phill Mickelson or Tiger Woods? Absolutely not. But he brings something to the table. I'd be interested to see what and how this unfolds. We'll keep you guys up to date. But PGA Championship, I mean, holy shit. Jack Nicklaus came out and pretty much expressed that the PGA Championship executed, just full cancel culture when it came down to changing the venue. Because keep in mind, this particular event was supposed to be held at Trump National. It was a major championship. The PGA of America decided prior to him becoming president, knowing that he wanted to become president, knowing that he was going to be running for the presidency, has made a decision to hold a major championship at his golf course. But the PGA of America decided to cancel culture. They absolutely jumped on the freaking left-wing bandwagon and rode it straight to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not sure who the fuck is in charge of PGA of America, and I don't really give a shit. But if you're one of the four families, you don't do this kind of shit, especially when you take it from New York, Bedford, New York, to down to Tulsa. Are you kidding me? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It absolutely cracks me up that the PGA of America is already giving themselves a black eye with Jack Nicklaus. I mean, this guy is a legend. He's absolutely major championship, Hall of Fame, fucking best golfer in majors to ever play the game. And you pissed off the president. I mean, former President Trump is anything. He's great for the game of golf. He really is. He is entertaining. He's like every guy you ever play with on a Sunday. He just slightly cheats a little bit, bumps his, lie, whatever. But at the same time, I think, at least in my eyes, I'd rather have this championship at its original place. Now let's move on from the good old Jack Nicklaus wisdom of his, I don't know how old he is now, but he's getting up there. He's like a Supreme Court judge. They just don't go away. They just keep fucking talking. Now keep in mind, let's make some wagers. Let's make some picks. So I'm going to go with a long shot, a top 10 finish, and a winner chicken dinner. And we're going to give you some odds, and then we're also going to dive into how to actually watch this week. Because oftentimes, if it's not the Masters, you just never know what fucking channel this is going to be on. You don't know if you got to sign up for some subscription or a fucking tune into HBO Plus or check your local sitcom to see if they've been kicked to the curb to tune in for a major championship. Now, this week is particularly special because we got Tiger Woods in the field. And I'm going with Tiger Woods at plus 6,500 for my long shot of the week. The windy conditions, the great iron play, and his knowledge of the golf course is just absolutely going to help him, project him, hopefully to a win. I mean, how incredible would it be for a long shot like Tiger Woods at plus 6,500, which just absolutely cracks me up. He's ranked at like 18th on the list to win according to Vegas odds. But you got to like the walk. It's way easier than the Masters. I mean, the Masters is a fucking ski run compared to what he's going to be dealing with this week. And I like the warm temperatures, and I like him as a long shot. Now, as a top 10 finish, I'm going with a trusty house cat. Okay, I'm going with Jordan Spieth, the AT&T ambassador at plus 1,600. The dude is just absolutely playing perfect golf. I mean, in the last 2 starts, he's had a runner-up finish, and he's had a win. Now, his pre-shot routine, the way he brings the club back right before he hits the ball, absolutely drives me crazy. It makes me incredibly fucking nervous. It looks like he looks like every amateur golfer playing on a Tuesday skins game. I mean, his pre-shot routine is absolutely ridiculous, but he's sitting at plus 1,600, and I think he's going to get a top 10 finish. Do I think he's going to win? No. Do I think he's going to break the top 20? Absolutely. I think his iron play, as it's playing right now, I think this course, Southern Hills, is wide enough off the tee where he can kind of spray it, and he can get up and down from anywhere with his iron play. I mean, he's shown it in the last 2 weeks. But the winner chicken dinner is a guy who, I hate to say, is kind of an underdog, which you don't expect a 2-time PGA Championship who won back-to-back major championships would be an underdog. Sitting at plus 3,300. I'm taking Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka just doesn't show up. But he does show up at majors. And I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what is going on in his head. But I think this week, he's going to fucking turn it on. He was in the final group last year. He played in some challenging conditions. He played with a crowd who was not in support of him. But I think without the shadow of Phill Mickelson, I think as long as he's not paired with Tiger Woods, I think he's absolutely going to win this week. And I think he's going to win in a fashion that absolutely gives everyone else the middle finger. I think Brooks Koepka has taken it personal that we've forgotten about him. I think the golfing news and world has just absolutely sent him to the curb and considered him a 4-time major championship as like a one and done. But I think at Southern Hills in Oklahoma, I don't give a shit. I don't care if Rickie Fowler or JT Osborne or Will Zalatoris, these Oklahoma Cowboy grads, okay, used to play this course all the time. I don't care. I think Brooks Koepka is going to show up. I think he's going to be healthy. I think he's going to hit fucking absolutely major big boy drives. And I think the thing that, he really struggled with last year at the PGA Championship was his short game. And I think this week he's going to play a little smarter. He's going to probably be a little bit more patient. And I hope my wager pays off because I think it will. So there's your winner chicken dinner. And, just kind of cracks me up. But I would like to express a couple names who I saw on the Vegas odds who are behind Tiger Woods, which is pretty fucking cool if you're Tiger Woods. Cameron Young, Adam Scott, Bryson DeChambeau, Jason Kokrak, Billy Horschel, Tommy Fleetwood, Abraham Ancer, Sergio Garcia, Seamus Power, Patrick Reed, Paul Casey, Taylor Gooch, Gary Woodland, Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose. I mean, I just named off probably 10 guys who's won major championships. And they've played 10 more events than Tiger Woods has this entire year. But he's still better than them. Vegas still recognizes that Tiger Woods has an absolute opportunity at plus 6,500. I like it. I absolutely like him. And he shares that number with the guys like Daniel Berger, Max Homa, Tony Finau, Terrell Hatton, Sung J M, and Louis Oosthuizen. Louis, might want to keep your eye on him too. Now, let's get to how to actually watch this damn championship. It is going to be on a couple different stations this week, which is a relief. It is definitely going to be on Golf Channel. It's going to be on Golf Channels pretty much any time when ESPN and CBS is not on air. So keep that in mind. So Thursday and Friday, it's going to be 2 to 8 p.m. on ESPN. And then Saturday and Sunday from it'll be ESPN again at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. or whenever they close, CBS will be taking over with Jim Nantz, which is going to be pretty spectacular, which I'm excited about. I like the CBS broadcast when it comes to major championships. I think they do a halfway decent job. I would like to see Fox back in the mix and or YouTube TV. I don't really care. Just bring us a little better product. So with that being said, guys, this is your PGA Championship preview show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I hope that you absolutely are going to get after it this weekend. I hope you have a few too many cocktails. If you're in California and want to come visit me, I will be in town for, I think, 5 days. We're going to be leaving here in Georgia on Wednesday evening and flying into beautiful San Francisco. And we're going to get an opportunity to spend, a couple days with a lot of family and friends and be able to be a part of a wedding, which is, the groom to be. Okay, you're defending champion at the Aloha Press Classic, Mr. Ryan himself. So send him your best wishes. And again, if you want to come hang out, if you want to play a little golf, give me a call. You got my number. You got my email. Shoot me a text. Send me a DM, and we'll get after it. So with that being said, guys, as always, hit bombs, attack pins, and Aloha Press. Cheers.
Wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.